Okay. So I haven't. Oh, let's show. So I have not done a reading in a while. Let me just turn this so I can see what's happening. Okay, maybe this is good. It's never perfect. Okay. So this is gonna be a reading for Scorpio, of course. And let's just say a lot's probably been happening. I'm gonna bring this up right away because let's pull this card right here and see. So I don't keep anything in this pouch really, and I'm pulling the moon card with this receipt. This is a transaction receipt, and it's it looks like it's a deposit slip. So maybe that is something that is what you're focusing on doing. So clearly this reading is going to have a lot to do with finances in some way. So let's put this aside and get rid of it. Okay. So this is going to be a reading for Scorpio. You can say that it's for the month of December. That's fine. I don't think it really matters, but if that helps you, if that relates in some way, fine. Yeah, here we go. So there's some, let's see, I haven't used my camera in a while, and now I'm gonna have to recalibrate everything. Tracking cancel, fail. Okay. Oh, okay, anyways. So how do I not cancel? Okay, I don't know. Knight of Pentacles. What's, I guess I'm not really zoomed in enough for you to see it. I wish I was a little bit more. Let me just, this is not the best, but I'm gonna zoom in if I can. Okay. And it's not focused. Okay. So I'm actually seeing in letters River of Blood. That's really intense. I'm sorry. But it seems like this is where you have been, and this is what you're wanting to become. If you notice, this horse is standing on top of this river. And I'm thinking about this clip. I was watching something on YouTube. I don't know, you know, some video, who knows. And there was some clip of a woman talking about how she was standing, she had to stand on top of the horse. She had to stay on top of the horse, right? So it's about being mounted, and the candle is flickering a lot. Maybe I can show it. This candle's like going back and forth, and now it's stopped. Okay, so there's something about staying mounted on top of what it is you're going after. So you have to stay on top to find this. This is kind of, I've never read this card this way, and I'm just saying what's being given. The idea is that this black horse is representing the defeat, and there's specifically torment or some sort of intensity that you have been through, or that you have risen above. And you see that this knight is using that momentum, they're using that history to propel them forward. And directionally, I am sitting facing south, and this horse is facing west. You could be traveling west. You could maybe, it's important for you to practice things in that direction, or go that way for some sort of prosperity, for some sort of coin that you're seeking. There's also a relationship between the blues in this azurite, which I have recently gotten. Is gotten a word? No. And I have to fix the camera because I'm not mastering this really. So this blue in this is what you're wearing. So because of the color and the relationship, I'm seeing Arizona, just because I know that there is an area, maybe it's Arizona, where azurite can be found, and blue is related to the throat. So there have probably been a lot of trauma, I'm gonna say trauma, traumas to the throat in some way. And that could be physical, that could be mental. Like, you can think about how you are sometimes stuck in a relationship or in a friendship or in some sort of, it could be professional, where the throat is, you know, the voice or words in some way are blocked, or they may become, I'm seeing the word like petrified, but like maybe, I don't know what that is meaning, but it's like your words have become written in stone in some way, and you can rewrite that, right? You can rewrite that, and you can use your own power, your own mental power and your own words to rewrite the code, essentially. That sounds so esoteric, wow. But I guess it is, you know, so. So it's like it's like you're sitting, okay, this is what it is. You're sitting in the words that you have had. So your armor is your power, essentially. And that is the power of your voice. So let's see that. Also, his eyes are not covered. His face is not covered, so what you see is separate than what you're wearing, and what you see is an opportunity to take the reins on something that is definitely coming through. And there's this, again, this sounds so esoteric, I don't even want to say it. but oh well. You have to believe that there are some sort of, you don't have to believe anything, but the message that is supposed to be said is that there are angelic beings, there are angels. That's truly the only word, and I don't even want to say it because it seems so, I don't know. There are angels that are present with you, and they want you to know that they're there. So, and they're, okay. So they're in this field. Maybe there's a place that you go. This is specific for someone. There's a place that you go where you can connect to these forces, or maybe it's just a feeling that you have, like the peace that you feel when you are in a garden, or oh no, the blowers are starting. So you're going to move into this. This is this 7 of Pentacles. So you have a 1 and a 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 is the lucky number. 8 is a number of prosperity and of all that is possible. It is the Ouroboros, right? In a sense. So let's come back to this reading when there's not so much sound outside, and we'll take this as maybe this is a time, if you're watching this, to take an intermission and just like write down what you're thinking about in a note, so that you can come back to it in a month or so and just like write out whatever is coming up for you, right? This is about internal work. Like, life is about doing internal work and manifesting, right? And not even manifesting, it's about creation. Like, everything is creation, so okay. So let's get back to what we were saying. Is it recording? Yes. So, first off, let's talk about the stones that I pulled instinctively for this reading. Quartz, azurite, selenite, tourmaline. Okay, 4. So quartz is for connecting to the higher self, right? And opening the third eye. Azurite is probably for the throat, and honestly, it seems like it's for I'm getting that it's supposed to like help cleanse the nervous system in some way, because of its relationship to copper. Selenite, for purity and clarity of anything dark and harsh, and tourmaline can get very hot. It can trap a lot of heat, so there's some importance to that. And let's put put it back here. Okay, so there was some sort of relationship to this area of trees, and there's this, I was saying you go to this garden or you go to this place outside, or maybe that's like, no, I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna get lost in too many things. So you're looking at this and your next phase is looking down. You are essentially reflecting on the hard work that you've put in, and you're trying to figure out how to capitalize on that. And there are a number of ideas that you have about how to do that, and you see each one of these poles, they're coming up as poles, they're wands, right? Maybe poles comes up because it has to do with your work. Like maybe you work, I'm seeing like, you know, metal rods essentially, or, you know, do whatever you want with that. But there are ideas on each one of these, and it's the fourth one. Excuse me. It's the fourth one that's the shortest, actually, that has the most potential. So working with 4, the number 4, and maybe looking up its history, or maybe trying to limit yourself to I'm gonna tell you it's like you have all of these things to do, and you have all of these ideas about things to do, and you're working on a number of projects, like with work. It could be work and school, and, you know, something online, and you know, trying to take care of your own body. And so you're trying to schedule all of these things in the day, and you're feeling like you can't capitalize because the day is too short. So you need to stick to 4 things, and you need to write down, you know, work, money, okay, work priority, right? Money priority, health priority. Schedule the health in, plan it out. Or maybe 4 is coming up, like maybe you need to work out 4 days a week, and that's like the magic number, you know. 3, school, or whatever it is. It could be family, it could be like a children, you know, dog. I don't know you. And 4, whatever. This is okay, for some reason this is strange that as I'm talking to you about this, my pinky is again the shortest. Okay, there's a representation of okay, so my hand is exactly the same as these wands, and the 4th one is also shortest. So whichever one is shortest here, the last one is the one that you need to focus on right now. And it seems like it's something creative. That's why it's so short. You're not giving it time. And when I'm pressing on my finger like this, it's like kind of, it's a little, it hurts a little bit. Like it's not flexible. And I'm pretty flexible. I'm pretty flexible, so, and it's at the base, so do what you want with that. Because of the 4, the significance of 4 in this reading, I'm only going to pull 4 cards. The last one is the Page of Pentacles. And okay. This is where you are right now with this 4th something in your life. And we know that it's related to your creativity because of all of the yellow. It's related to the soul. It's what your soul is desiring. And let's look at the wrists here. You're binding yourself, and you have to take this off in some way. So, you know, maybe you don't believe that you can do something. And once you take this off your wrists, or maybe even for me, it's like if you wear the same jewelry too often, it's like you feel too stagnant, right? So maybe I'm seeing actually someone who has like a band that someone made them, and once you cut that off, you're gonna feel like kind of cleansed again, kind of like yourself again, like there's this newness, right? And that's the goal, because in order to create whatever it is that you want, you basically have to step into this position. You have to create the position for yourself and become that. And this bracelet, whatever it is these bracelets are, they remind you of something in the past. They remind you of what was, and they're keeping you in this mental state that you're no longer, you have achieved something. So maybe, I don't know where that came from. Maybe you just finished school, or you just like finished an internship. I'm thinking about how I was I overheard someone yesterday say that they had completed an internship. They had finished law school, right? So maybe it's this milestone that you have created, and now you need to free yourself. Take, you know, these cuffs off. I don't know what this is. Something to do with the wrist. And again, back to the first card, the reds. Remember, this was some sort of river of blood in some way, or just some intensity that has happened, some sort of struggle. You're now wearing it as a garb, and it is protecting you. It's protecting your crown. It's protecting the top of your head and your throat. So you've been able to transform this river of blood into, or this trauma into, it's like a I'm seeing net. I'm seeing like, I'm actually getting an image of this old oak tree it's massive, and it's on a beachfront, and it's all lit up, and it looks like a Midsummer's Night Dream, like something like that. So it's just like this protective garb, and it's glistening in some way. So there's also something that wants to come through that's about the health of your blood, like your health. And if we look at the clothing that's being worn in the two people who are standing, it's a very similar silhouette. They're both these sorts of, I mean, I want to say that they're dresses, but they're not, you know, quite dresses, right? Because they're period pieces, so it doesn't matter. But there's the orange and the green, right? So the orange is the seat of creativity, and green is the heart. So it's like, maybe those two colors, no, for sure those two colors are important to wear, green and orange, and you'll feel empowered wearing them. And maybe it's important to wear like these loose fitting clothes or skirts. Like maybe if you're out and you see this, like, because remember, there's some part of this that's about transforming who you see yourself as and how you present yourself to the world. And that's freeing in some way. So you might even be shopping for like a new wardrobe because you want to, you're just in a new space, right? So buying these silhouettes, like a couple skirts or something, is gonna help, and leaning towards these colors is probably gonna help. This is a great time to go through your wardrobe, right? And you know, it's a new season, it's a colder season, and it's about letting the past go. And also we're reading it, you know, from east to west. We're reading it. I'm reading these cards from east to west. So that's coming up again for some reason. There's some importance in traveling from east to west. Today, when you see this, after you see this, go somewhere that helps you create this vision that you have. Like if you live in a place where, I'm going to give an example of where I live. Where I live, if I were to go due west right now, I would run into a beach, right? So if I go west, I'm going to go to a beach. Maybe being there is going to help me or you, and go wherever is west, see myself in this state, or see yourself in this state, right? It could be as simple as, you know, if you get in your car, drive west, or walk, just go for a walk. If you're going for a walk, go the opposite way that you normally go this direction. There's something about going west Maybe you're moving, like you're trying to decide, do I move to New York State? Do I move to Oregon? Do I move to California? Do I move to North Carolina? Do I move to Texas? Do I move to Florida? Do I move to Washington? Do I move to Vermont? Something about being west is helpful right now. This is really weird. So something is saying the saints have resources. I don't know. If you're religious in some way, I'm not really in that kind of way, but I do recognize, I accept that. But if you believe or you work with saints, maybe it's important to study the history of them, because they're still going to represent metaphors for how to work with angelic guides. And in almost every civilization or some sort of, myths about higher guides. So for some reason it's relating to saints in some way, so maybe studying them and learning what they represent is going to help to manifest. This is about transformation and manifestation, which a lot of things are, right? But I'll describe that the time right now, it feels very unknown. It feels very invigorating. So there's this, whatever you do professionally, you're pretty comfortable in it, and you know it fairly well. But there's this desire for something else. And you're starting to look at other avenues, other interests, other ways to strengthen the body, or other ways to feed the body that will produce a more stable mind, really. Because think about, for Scorpionic people, for any sort of person that has a strong Scorpio energy, they are always fluctuating in how they feel. And that is so difficult. That is so difficult. So, if this is not even, it also seems a little Sagittarian in some way. So, I'm not gonna name the video as Sagittarius with Scorpio, but I am gonna say that there's some wherever that is in your chart, you're questioning this area. So I'm gonna tell you that Sagittarius is, if that's your second house, if that's your moon, I'm just giving you an example. If Sagittarius is your moon, that's what you're questioning. So you're questioning your mind. And that's what the purpose of this reading is illuminating. So it's about remembering what you have walked through here, and you're standing confidently on this darkness, and it's seen in its armor, and also it's blue, right? It's water, it's metal. Metal can change states. I'm seeing actually heated metal, like dripping in some way. I don't know what that means, but okay. So that's your reading, Scorpio. Thank you so much, and rewatch this. Write a note in your phone about what you're thinking about right now, and believe in whatever that creative endeavor is, whatever that creative idea is. Use the symbol 4, and maybe work with some of these sorts of energies, and you know, power on. All right, take care.